Alright, we finally got one front directional light on, and don't look too bad. Looks pretty good, you know. Not too bad, huh? Alright. Now we gotta do the other side. Let me show you what was involved in doing that. Now, I got the piece right here. This is the rubber grommet that fits in the frame. Okay, this looks like that. But the edge of this channel looks a little rough. That's because I had to take a razor blade and make it wider. I had to cut. Let me see, how can I do this with one hand? Put it down here. And I'll take the razor blade and I'll show you what I did. Okay, this part and this part were twice as thick. Alright, so let me get it where there's some light here. So what I did was I took the razor blade and I went in that amount and I cut all the way around. And I tried to go only as deep as this surface down in here. And then I went around the other side, same way. And then I sliced it this way. And I peeled out the strip that I made by doing that. And that ended up making the channel wider, because what had happened is, this down here, the frame horn, it's a double thickness. Now it's real rough because I cut it out not very well, obviously, but I cut it out with a plasma torch, and then I had to go back in and trim a little more, and it got a little real rough. So what I have is a rotary file that sits in the drill, and I'll just clean that all the way up until this will pop right in there. Once this goes in, then the directional light will mount. And that's what I did over on that side. As you can see, I'll zoom in here. See, there's a little metal plate and the wiring come out. Now I believe the ground goes to that nut, because there's only two wires coming out, and that'd be a running light and a directional light. I'm hoping. I just happen to think, geez, wonder if this is not a running light. But yeah, most motorcycles have a running light and a directional light. It should be a double filament. I'll have to look inside there. But what I do is I'll run a ground to the nut, and then I'll use the other two wires. Or if it's not, then I got to change the geez, it's shaky. I got to change the socket to a double filament bulb, and then run the wires in there like that. But that's that. This is this side. Gotta grind it, like I say, grind it out. I'll get this to fit. Now, next thing I want to show you. You've heard me talk about 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Now I bought some acrylic lacquer primer, because regular lacquer primer is through the roof as far as price goes. Now this was just sprayed on the Bondo. Look at it, just flaked right off. And this was painted yesterday. All this work I did yesterday just flakes right off. Look at the cowl. Just flakes off. Over here in the back, if you can see it's lifting up right here. It's lifting up right here. All here. Right here it's lifting up. Right there it's lifting up. Lifted up there. I got the trunk back here. It's lifting up on the trunk. It's like, what the heck? This was all just sanded. And it's flaking back off over here by the tail light. It just lifts right up. Just like it was sprayed on the wax paper or something. So I gotta sand all this back off again, and I'm gonna go to a different kind of primer. Can't use that stuff, which really stinks. I'm glad I didn't buy another gallon of it. Here's the stuff here. This is the stuff I used. Hot Rod Black Acrylic Lacquer Primer Surfacer. Now maybe I'm not using it right, I don't know. But it seems to me if you sand it, blow it off with a hose, and then spray it, it should stick. Says you mix it with acetone. That's what I did. I did all this. Sanded it all off. Unbelievable. So much for Hot Rod Black Clear. I mean Hot Rod Black lacquer. Well, alright, so I'm going to just work on getting the other directional light in. And, I don't know. I got tomorrow off. Maybe tomorrow I'll go get some more sandpaper. Put it on the DA and take all this off. What a pain. See, I use paint, but the problem is I still got some filling to do. And what was good was this is good using this is black. Is I could spray it and I could see where all the imperfections were, and then I could go in and the real bad ones, and I could go in and spot fill it, spray it again, sand it down, find more imperfections, and this stuff is just coming right back up. I can't believe this. This was all sanded so good too. Son of a gun. Looks good black though. It's gonna be cool. Alright, so I'm gonna just work on the directional light now. I just wanted to show you that. If anybody else has any ideas what caused that, I'm assuming some kind of contamination. I don't know. I mean, it was just sanded, blown off with the air gun, and then sprayed. And it was mixed 50-50 per directions of the paint, or primer rather. Whatever. Okay, I gotta go to work. Bye. Alright, there's the directionals. Problem is, I see now rubber mounted. The this one here appears to be a hair low, not lower, but it's coming down on an angle a little bit. But let's see, I'll show you how much they can move because they're rubber mounted. Okay. Maybe I can tighten it up a little bit more on the nut on the plate, but they're supposed to be. That's supposed to help them be shock proof. But okay, there's one more piece off the list. One more item left to do. Jesus. Tell you what though, I didn't like that at all. Some kind of contamination, I don't know. I don't get it. Something happened. Alright, now we'll go back and let's see. I'll go back and work on the scoop, finish that up. I got to get a helicoil kit because one of the holes in the bottom of the scoop was stripped, and that's just cast aluminum. So I want to finish that up and get that mounted on here, get the radiator support rods back on. I think it's time. I think it's time to get the fuse panel in. Because you know what? This car will, no, I don't know. I was gonna say just start getting everything working light wise, and then maybe put it on the road and start working on it a little at a time while it's on the road. But if I know me, once it's on the road, it's gonna just, ain't nothing gonna get fixed. It's just gonna get driven. But anyways, what I am gonna do, I decided to do that because this was a Studebaker body and it's Model A doors, okay? This molded piece here, from the distance from here to here, is say distance X, and the distance on the Model A door from this piece here to here is, you know, distance Y. Well, X and Y aren't the same because the Studebaker was chopped quite a bit and the doors weren't. And that's because on the Model A door I needed to go from this piece to here. The door was chopped to match that, but the window opening doesn't match. The quarter windows are much smaller than the door windows. The door windows look like the car wasn't chopped very much at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut, say like this is the door. I'm going to cut right here, and I'm going to take this section, I'm going to cut across here, down, and the back on the door, and then I'm going to move it up so the top of this on the door is level with the top of this on the quarter window. So it's going to end up making a smaller door window, and then I'm going to fill the gap with the space. You know, when I move it up, obviously it's going to leave a gap, so I'm going to fill that. So the car will look a lot more chopped than it did in previous videos, and I think it'll look a little bit cooler because it almost looks like it's not chopped enough now if you look at the door windows, but if you look at the core windows, it's not bad. And then let's see, so I'll get that done, I'll get the wiring done, I'll get the batteries in there, the hood scoop. Oh yeah, I'm gonna build a hood. We'll build a hood for this thing, then we'll wire it, and we'll get you a video of me doing some donuts out in the yard here. Nice big old yard, ooh baby. Who wants to mow that anyways, right? We'll dig it all up, and there's a little bit of a field back there, not a lot of field. This is only a 3.5 acre yard. Well, we can do some donuts out there. And come around, come right out through here, out up the driveway, yeehaw, right across the main highway there, State High. Oh, check it out. We got the local finest coming by. Woo! Some idiot crashed into somebody. Oh yeah, somebody got killed right down the street. Like about, I don't know, a couple 100 yards down the road. There's a big intersection. Somebody hit a pole the other day, last week before. They were killed. Too bad. Huh? Look at that. The car's rolling by itself. Yeah, it's not ready. You're not ready, Frankie, huh? You want to go back in? All right. In other words, shut up, John. Start working on me. Ain't gonna be nothing like this around, man. Nothing. There are no coupes that wide. Nobody cuts these things in half. Nobody. You know, I call it the Italian chop. I'd say Polish chop, but my wife's Polish, and I'd probably get my butt kicked for that. Did I mean I just said that? I don't know. Well, anyway, the Italian chop. We cut it right this way. You know, most people cut it this way, drop the top. Well, the little Goomba, he cuts it this way and makes it wider. All right, time to get back to work. I'm gonna put this video up, get it up and running. Damn paint. And we'll get going on the scoop. get going on the hood. I got to drag the doors out here from the cellar, mark them how much to cut, bring them back down cellar, cut them all up. Get the show on the road. Got tomorrow off. I'm out of TIG welding gas. I got to go get that tomorrow. Bunch of errands to do. We ain't got time to dilly-dally. Best thing about it all is we're now in the season where the days are real long. So when I come home from work, I still got 5-6 hours where I can get something done on this thing. Versus wintertime, you come home at 5 o'clock, 4:30, and it's pitch dark out and you don't feel like doing anything. Alright, I'm out of here. I'm talking too much. Bye.